are doing very well. Please help us to like and share this broadcast if you're yet to do so. And also subscribe if you're yet to do so. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air like this. Thank you all so much, and God bless you for your continuous love and support to Ninja Watch. And most importantly, guys, please help us to use the dollar sign to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. God bless you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much. And to our lovely viewers all over the globe, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for always taking time out of your busy schedule to do this with us. God bless you all. And to my wonderful people on the comments, you guys, like I always say, you guys make the comments so interesting. Thank you so much for always doing this with me. I'm going to take time out to acknowledge you guys. I can see Johnson Emmanuel right there. Johnson Emmanuel, good morning to you. Thank you for joining me today. Mommy Diaspora is also right here. Good morning to you, Ma. Thank you so much for being here with me. I can see Osai Govo Okoni Guy. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. God bless every single one of you. Please tell a friend to tell another friend about Ninja Watch. I can see Mark Irabo right there. Good morning to you, Mark. Thank you so much for doing this with me again today. You know how we do it, guys. You know what? I'm just going to copy the link right here and paste it on the comment section just in case you want to join us right here on screen. You know what to do. Click on the link right there and I'll have you right here with me on screen for us to discuss what we're going to be talking about today. Thank you all so much and God bless you all. Let's go straight into the newspaper headline reviews. But where do we start from, guys? Okay, I'm just going to start from the Punch newspaper. Let's start from the Punch newspaper, guys. It says here that federal government grants 116 trillion waiver to Dangote, Honeywell, and others. 16 trillion naira, guys. 16 trillion. Federal government grants 16 trillion naira waiver to Dangote, Honeywell, and others. This one not even funny at all because a lot of Nigerians have actually responded to this. But let me just quickly read something out to you guys before we move further. It says here that South Africa earned 107 billion naira dollars. No, 107 billion dollars tax revenue in 2021. Nigeria earned $15 billion behind Kenya and Angola. The federal government has forgone 16.76 trillion naira in revenue to tax reliefs and concessions given to large companies between 2019 and 2021, according to findings by the Punch. As of the end of 2021, 46 companies had benefited from various tax incentives and duty waiver schemes, while the request of 186 companies were still pending. These are contained in the tax expenditure statement, report in the medium-term expenditure and fiscal strategy document posted on the website of the Budget Office of the Federation. The TES deals with revenue forgone on company income tax, value-added tax, petroleum production tax, and customs duty. Okay, guys, I'm just going to quickly share with you what some Nigerians thinks about this particular one right here. And it says here that Nigerian government monopolized the system in favor of Dangote cement is very expensive and there is no competition in the market. APC came to power and it got worse. All this must be addressed because these are part of the reason our economy is so bad. How can one or just few people be in charge of the economy of a country as Nigeria? Oh my God. Let's go straight to the next one, guys. It says that the federal government has a way of aiding and abating settling of the resources of Nigeria. One day, this Dangote robbery self will end. One man monopolizing everything with the aid of the government. Wickedness and injustice everywhere. I think we've had this talk a number of times before, guys. You know, about people saying how Dangote is monopolizing everything, how the federal government are doing this and that, you know, just monopolizing everything basically. And yet people call him the richest man in Africa. So, guys, let's just move straight to the newspaper. The next newspaper headline I have for you, that was the Punch newspaper, guys. So let's move straight to the next one here, which is the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust says here, and guys, do not forget this is the 19th of September 2022. ASU is still on strike. Students are still at home. I just thought I should remind you guys. So Daily Trust, guys, says how bandits leader Toji escaped NAF bombings. Okay, we're gonna go straight to the next one I have here for you guys, which is the Daily Times newspaper. The Daily Times newspaper says here, NAS to amend Finance Act again. NAS to amend Finance Act again. And we're going to go straight to the Tribune newspaper, guys. The Tribune newspaper says security on the alert as students insist on protest at airport. Okay, I think the students have had it up to here for them to want to go to the airport to do a protest and everything, because it's getting so scary. It's getting so scary since 14th of February. This is this is 19th of September 2022. Students have been at home for more than 8 months. It's so scary. It's alarming that every single time we have to be going through the same thing. Every single time the same thing keeps happening, and we are wondering why the criminal activities in the country is getting higher and higher by the day. When students are at home doing nothing, people are being, people don't have jobs anymore. Everything is just so terrible at this point in time. At this point in time, we're still facing this particular struggle. It's a shame. It's indeed a big, 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 big shame and a big slap to the government. I do not understand why something has not been said to us, why nothing has been said concerning this particular one. Honestly, it's just so alarming. It's so crazy. And if sometimes you feel so tired coming out to talk about the same thing every single time. It's as if everything we're saying or everything that anybody is doing is falling into deaf ears. It's so crazy, guys. Let's just move straight to the next one I have for you here, which is the Guardian newspaper. It says here that last mile infrastructure stalls $3 billion submarine cable investment. In fact, all this money why I just they call it just they give me a day. 3 billion, 14 trillion, 100 and something $1 trillion. It's just the thing just they as in just too much. It's just too much. Anyways, guys, that's all the newspaper I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. The Guardian newspaper, Tribune, Daily Times, Punch, and Daily Trust. I'm going to be sharing, I just shared those 5 newspapers with you guys. And I also shared some reactions from Nigerians talking about monopolizing, how the federal government and Dangote came together and they're monopolizing everything. Cement is so expensive. There's no competition. No other person has a license to do all of these things. And to crown it all, there's been a waiver because the federal government grants 16 trillion naira waiver to Dangote, Honeywell, and others. Why is this happening, guys? I would really like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. And if you would like to join me here on screen, all you have to do is click on the link right there on the comment section, and I'll have you right here with me on the screen. Thank you so much. I can see Mr. Chibuzo is also right here with me. Tunainja is also right here with me. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I'm just going to be sharing some comments right there. I can see Samuel Olaka is also right here. Johnson Emmanuel. Samuel Olaka just said, Dangote is the richest man of monopoly. Who give Dangote sense of business pass out? East businessmen is just monopolistic governmental favoritism. Otherwise, who be Dangote to Chineke of Israel. Okay, that's from Samuel Olaka, guys. Thank you all so much once again for doing this. Please help us to like and share. The likes are actually very poor. So please, guys, help us to like and share our broadcast so our messages can go viral. Help us to like and share, guys. Thank you all so much for doing this with me. God bless every single one of you. Just hold on. Let me just quickly arrange the screen. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all for all your continuous support and love. And please, guys, do not forget to use the $ to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. Okay. Johnson Emmanuel always having something different to say about every single thing. Well, thank you, guys. Please help us to like and share this broadcast. Help us to like and share. I can never overemphasize on that. Help us to like and share this broadcast so our messages can keep spreading like wildfire. Now beg at the beg. Make gonna help me like, make gonna help me share. And please, guys, use the dollar sign to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. You know, we always come out here to let you guys know that coming out here every day not be busy, not easy at all. So please, guys, help us, support us in any way you can support us. God bless you for your continuous love and support to Niger Watch. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to start hearing from our amiable panelists. I have Mr. Chibuzo right there. I can see Mr. Chooks Obibi Wednesday is also right here with me, and Mr. Tsu Niger. Guys, we still have like 4 more spots to go. So if you'd like to join me on screen, click on the link right there and I'll have you with me here on screen. Thank you so much and God bless you. We're going to start with Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Chibuzo, good morning to you. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everybody listening, I'm just hearing you talking about Dangote, and there's no competition in terms of cement industries in Nigeria. What happened is you can see that Nigeria they are not even trying to do anything that can benefit Nigerians. I live in South Africa. Dangote Cement is in South Africa here. Dangote Cement is less than 3,000 naira in converted, legs down in South Africa here. I don't know how much cement is costing in Nigeria. How much is it in Nigeria there? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Chibuzo. I can hear you. Please.
Yeah, I said, how much is the cement in Nigeria?
Okay, would have to find out. So, guys, in the comment section,
okay, it's fine.
Nigeria,
no, it's fine. It's okay. No, it's okay. So, but I know it's more than 3,000 naira, isn't it? Yeah. So, but in South Africa here, that cement is made in Nigeria and transported down to South Africa here, and we buy it here less than 3,000 naira. But where it's being manufactured is way higher expensive than any other thing you can see. We are having problem in Nigeria. Nigeria, there is something they call state capture, which apply to. Let me put it to Dangote direct. Dangote have captured Nigerian government. Every election, don't take this thing. Go and investigate. Every election hold in Nigeria, Dangote is behind it. Every election. Most of the election hold in Africa, Dangote sponsor it with his own money. So they have the power to monopolize everything he wants to do. So Nigerian people have to be very careful. Dangote is not speaking and he doesn't talk. All the whole thing happening in Nigeria, Dangote is behind all the whole thing happening in Nigeria, especially Nigerian government.
So why do you say so, Mr. Chibuzo?
Yeah, because I have the fact. I have the fact because I hear his interview and what he said. So, and that is where I pick it up. I know that most of the things that is happening behind closed door, you wouldn't even know. He's behind all these things. Nigeria, don't be surprised. Anybody who's going to be president of Nigeria, Dangote must appoint the very person. I'm not surprised. So, but this is the time Nigerian people have to show their mandate, show themselves that they can do it. It's not about rallying in the street. It's all about making the difference in a ballot box. They can rig it. They can try to rig it, but I will encourage Nigerians to come out in their massive numbers. Make sure that if we are doing a transparent election, what we have to do is it's a very simple one. Let everybody be on the queue of whoever is.
Mr. Chibuzo, you don't think the waiver is as a result of the federal government trying to attract more investors?
You say what?
I said you don't think the waiver, do you think is the waiver is because the federal
there is
government
no way,
to attract more investors?
No, you can't just attract investors by just saying and doing all kind of things that you want to do. First of all, for you to attract investors, number one, every working class personnel in Nigeria must get his salary in time. And if you don't pay your salary, if you don't pay salary to workers, how are they going to service their debt? You cannot attract investors because people don't have the purchasing power to support those investors. Is it not the investors going to come to Nigeria, invest their money? Who's going to support them in those products? Those people who are going to support them in those products is the Nigerians. Nigeria is a very big market for every investor. But if you don't pay people salary, they cannot be able to have the purchasing power. Because if you pay people salary, then they can be able to service their debt. Take an example. Let's say a Toyota company comes to Nigeria to establish. Now they manufacture cars and nobody to buy it. Then those who buy it on high purchase, at the end of the month, they cannot be able to get their salary. How are they going to pay on those? How are they going to pay those cars? If you buy a house on bond, at the end of the month, government does not pay you salary. How are you going to service those debts? The bank will come and repossess that house. Who is losing here? Both bank is losing, both you that buy is losing. So if government does not pay salary, just like what all these people are striking for, there is no investors gonna come inside Nigeria to invest. Because what attracts any investors is the way government pays salary. Because if you pay salary, no matter how small it is, but pay it in time so that people can use that money and do their things, or do their whereabouts. But if you don't do this, if you don't pay salary, they are not going to get anything. Investors are not coming there. All these things, they are just saying investment. Those are bridge investments. Those are bridge investment. They are not, it's not a serious investment. When you talk about investment, is when company will enter Nigeria, just like what happened in Eco City. Those Eco City are sponsored by the private companies. Then what happened is when you finish building such structure, bank finance people who need it the most. And when bank finance it, those who bank finance will be paying their monthly paying their monthly payment at the end of the month. But when government doesn't pay salary, how do you think those people can afford it? So it's not easy. Those investments they are talking about is nothing.
So you're saying the waiver. Are you saying the waiver is not to attract investors, please?
Those are just a symbol. They're just talking about it for the masses to agree with the government. But the underground work, I just give you this on underground work. Go and buy a house. Let me as you are there on the studio, go and buy a house on bond, and you are a police officer, for instance. Buy a house on bond, then and see how far will you go with that bond if you are going to pay that money. 6 months you are not getting your salary. How are you going to succeed? How the investor is going to succeed? How the bank is going to succeed? If you pay people salary, if people get their salary, that is how they're going to start servicing their debt. Then when they are servicing their debt, investors will troop in, put down their money, knowing that at the end of the month, they will get their money. You'll be surprised at home. You will come in, Mercedes company will come to Nigeria and say, oh, take this Mercedes, don't worry. At the end of the month, you'll be paying us our monthly our monthly bond. You'll be surprised. You say, what happened? They say, no, take it. Because they have seen your account, the type of money that is going inside your account, how the debits are going up and down, and knowing that there is no month that money does not come to your account. They got no option than to advertise their company and give you whatever you want, or at their own expense, not at their own expense. They will give you 100% bond so that you will be paying that money every monthly. But now, when they look at your account at the end of the month, you don't have money. Government are not paying salary. People are going on strike every day. The investors cannot come.
Okay, Mr.
Go anywhere in the world.
Okay, Mr. Chibuzo, let's quickly go to the part that the students are actually insisting on occupying the airport to protest as a result of the ASU strike. Do you think that's the right move, or you think it's going to spur up some kind of problems? Do you think it's the right move to go and occupy the airport?
No.
Because personally, I don't see a reason why the airport I don't see why they chose the airport to occupy the airport. I don't see why they chose that place. So, but do you think is the right move?
It's not the right thing to do. But what happened? Look at the situation these people are facing. They got no option than to bring the government to their knees. They have done everything. Government is not listening. You are dealing with a deaf government. The government doesn't listen to the people. So those people now have to go down to the airport and protest so that government can be able to listen to them. Government is not listening. But if it's a bandit now that kidnap one person, they will go and negotiate and give money. But these are people who these are arm of the government. These are people who make the government to function. And you are still not listening to them. Things are going bad. You are not listening to them. They are protesting. You are not listening to them. You want them to carry gun, then you will listen to them. So they have to do everything peacefully to see that the government pay attention to them. But don't blame anybody. As far as they are not going to airport to fight, they are not killing anybody, they're just showing their concern. That's all. Because government make them to go to that extent. If government did not allow them, they wouldn't. Why should they go to the airport and protest? They should protest normal, and somebody will come and talk to them, speak the language they will hear, they will go back to home. But when they are protesting, all these people, the next thing you see them, they take their private jet, they run away, they go to Abuja. Even though you are crying here, they don't want to listen to you. But let the bandit demand for ransom and see what's going to happen. You will see they will go and pay it immediately without wasting time. So it's not like it's a bad thing. For me, it's not too good for them to go to airport to go and protest. But government have made it for them to go there.
All right, thank you.
Don't be surprised one day. Don't be surprised. In one day you will go, you will see Aso Rock. People will go there and protest also. So there is just a beginning anyway.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chibuzo, for that contribution right there. I'm going to come back to you shortly. But before I do that, guys, help me to like and share this broadcast. Please, the likes are actually very poor. If you can hear me, if you're watching me right now, please help me to like and share this broadcast. Liking and sharing simply means that you want our videos to go viral and you want YouTube to keep suggesting our videos to more people. So please help us to like and share. And please use the $ to the right of the comment section to support what we do here. God bless you as you do so. We're going to go straight to Mr. 2Naija. Mr. 2Naija, please, what do you think about the waiver?
Thank you for having me. And greetings to members on the panel and viewers on the chat. The waiver, I think the waiver is meant to stimulate business investment and activities, which is supposed to be a good thing. But I think maybe they should have spent more of that money securing the country. Then they don't need to encourage businesses to come into the country, because Nigeria has got the population and the influence on the continent to be able to enable any business to thrive. Not only Nigeria, including in the continent too. So maybe they should have spent more of that effort securing the country. This is where most of our problem is coming from, because no matter as much as you like to give them waivers, no director of any company that is worth their salt will want an unstable environment to invest at all. And I don't understand some of these decisions, but I guess they are trying to tread both sides, trying to see whether they can fix security and at the same time get people to invest. I was looking into what the last speaker said about Dangote monopolizing Nigeria's cement industry, and there are quite a few other cement companies in Nigeria, and their prices are relatively high. And you see, this is stuff that actually really saddens me, because some of the things that happen to our people, as if we have not had enough problems. How is it that cement is cheaper in South Africa than in Nigeria? And it's just a little bit silly. And even in Zambia, it's just, what is wrong with everything we do? It's almost like everything we always try to do in the worst way possible. Cement is cheaper in Zambia, South Africa, that they have even more money than in Nigeria. I guess part of the reason may be because the Nigerian government, if they try to subsidize any of these cement companies in Nigeria, they will be accused of favoritism and all the rest of it, like we're already hearing. Because most of these other countries, what they do is they subsidize their companies. And when they subsidize them, then they can afford to sell it cheaper for them. I've had people in Europe fly from London to Budapest, a totally different country, not next door, totally different country they have to fly over that country to get to, for £5. How do you think that happens? It's like magic. If you want to travel from here to other parts of London, it will be more expensive than what it took to fly from one country to another. It tells you that these instruments are extremely powerful that governments use to bring prices down. But in the case of Nigeria, it seems like the ones we do, the ones that are not helping us, like the petrol one, because when we bring the petrol into the country, they take it outside to go and sell to other people, because everywhere else petrol is more expensive. But when we could bring cement down in our country, because other countries is cheaper already, then why are we not doing that? And we're not importing a lot of cement too. And I don't understand it. The whole thing is a whole murky. And the way Nigerians behave is that our leaders, some decisions they are making is just to enrich some people at the top there without necessarily having it help the people of the country. That is the problem. Other people, when they subsidize their companies, it helps the people. How can you subsidize, like, no VAT, waivers, all kinds of waivers, but yet the price is still higher? That doesn't, if that is going to be the case, then why bother? Don't do it. Focus on restoring security with all that money, because it's worth millions upon millions upon millions of naira, or billions of naira, even, or maybe going to trillions from what I gather. That's what they are giving them for free, while you could use that money to secure the country and you don't have to pay a penny. I don't understand that. Then secondly, they give them licenses to go and do, like somebody was telling me this morning about oil licensing. They give them licenses to build refineries, but the licenses also allows them to buy oil and petrol to do other things. Why would you do that? If you want someone to build refineries, give them license to build only refineries and make sure they build the refineries. From what I gather, they gave more than 100, and it's only 2 people that are building, or 2 or 3 people that are actually building refineries. There are so many things that are going wrong in Nigeria. See, I don't begrudge people from being rich, because, you know, this is a capitalist system. People have to be rich. But the way these contracts, laws, and everything is written is just designed to make Nigerians suffer more for some reason. I don't get it. And at the heart of it is lack of security. And whenever I keep saying this, the people keep dodging it. You can dodge round and round and round, because the reason why our country is so compromised is because if your country is not secure, why would anybody want to invest? They will always make every excuse. If you ask them to build anything, they'll say, "Oh, somebody blew up the bomb there."
So, Mr. Tunaija, we are trying to say that instead of that waiver, they could have invested it in security.
Yes, because you don't need to buy people. Investors. Yes, like it will attract Nigerian investors. Do you know how many Nigerians that are overseas that want to return back and invest? They will rush back home.
Okay, so now let's move straight to the students insisting on occupying, the airport to protest.
Yeah, I think that I can't begrudge them on that. The students, they have a right. Seriously, if anybody has a right to really feel aggrieved in Nigeria right now, the students are targeted, and this is not the first time. It's happened for 4 decades, and the fact that the students have taken it up to this point is really, unbelievable, really. I think maybe because some of them are just young and they just want to chill out at home. Because if it was any other group, they would lose it by now. Because these people, these young people, and let's face it, the people we are talking about are poor people's children. The people that their children, their parents cannot afford private universities. These are the most targeted group in Nigeria in terms of education. And they've taken it for how many months? They didn't come out to protest. Personally, I will make it plague on both of their houses. Because the ASU people and the federal government, both of them are responsible for shutting the universities down. And both of them are getting paid eventually. Whenever ASU is returned back to their office, they are going to get paid. The federal government, those ones are already getting paid. Guess what? The students will never get their time back. They are the ones being robbed over and over again by both sides. And both sides don't have any incentive to do any different. Because both sides are getting away with it. How can ASU go on strike for 7 months without doing any of their job, and they still want to get paid and claim that they are fighting for the students that they are keeping at home? How does that even make sense? Then the federal government will sit there and watch a university association shut university down for 7 months. You allow that to happen without banning the organization or doing something and allow students to remain at home. I don't know. And all I see is people that have conspired to wreck Nigeria for some reason. I don't know why they are doing what they are doing, but these people have sold our people out, and they've sold our young people out. They are punishing them daily for this, for something that they are not responsible for. Is it poor? Is it a sin now to be poor in Nigeria, where you can't even when you are willing to pay money to send your children to school, you can't even send them to school? Then the students want to go and protest now. I think if anybody has the right to protest, if they want to go and protest in Asoro, they should go. If they want to go anywhere they want to go, they have a right to. But one thing I say to them, they should have to recognize that a part of ASU is not stupid. They are educated, highly educated groups. They could have fixed this problem a long ago. They could have figured out a way. But I think what is going on with ASU is that either they are a captured group sabotaging Nigeria, or they are a socialist group that refuse to see sense in a world that has changed. They don't want to find any other funding formula. They remain headstrong, want to shut universities down because you don't get your way. Any other working environment, if you don't get your way, you either resign or you resign, and the ones that are willing to work carry on working, or at least you go off without getting paid. People, they want to go on break, on strike for 7 months, and they still want to get paid as the first request.
Okay.
That is the top number one. You want to get paid for not working. If you get paid this time for not working, tomorrow you are going to strike again. Why would you not strike?
All right. I think I understand the point you're coming from. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunaija. We have more people on the comment section. I can see Michael right there. James Morgan is also right here with us. And I can see Uche Jane is also right here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please help us to like and share this broadcast if you're yet to do so. And if you haven't subscribed to our platform, please and please and please help us to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air like this. Thank you all so much, and God bless you. Let's move straight to the next person we have here for today, which is Mr. Chooks. Mr. Chooks, what do you think about the waiver? Do you think it's a way to attract investors? And if yes, why are they doing this right now? I mean, Nigeria is in a sensitive spot right now because we are in debt, we are owing, ASU is on strike, and all of those things. Do you think it's justified for them to do the waiver? Mr. Chooks, please, it's your time.
Yeah, good morning, Ms. Kachi. Good morning, my fellow panelists and our viewers. I don't know how to start this. When we talk about waivers, this is another avenue. I think there are so many avenues closing down on them to steal our money. They just want this money to go around themselves without getting to the publics. How can you say you're giving a waiver, to companies who are already rich? And this kind of hard economic times, you should even go straight to these companies, cut their revenues, their incomes Now, I mean, when I say income, their profits, sorry. Okay? It's been done here in the UK. The government goes straight to these people, say, hey, the amount of profit you're getting from energy is too much. You got to calm down on it because this is hard time. Everybody's feeling it. Okay? And Nigeria is interested in reaching those who are rich already. Tell me, how many companies contribute money to Nigeria? Without these petty traders and all these small businesses. I mean, when they are talking about waivers, they should start from small businesses. That's where the waivers should go to. Who pays them for the petrol they buy to do their business? Those are the places the waivers should go, not cement companies. I mean, it's I don't know how these people think. You don't say you give waivers to big organizations while the masses are suffering. This is just putting money to the rich to be richer. I know some people have said it that because of monopoly, cement is going up. It's not just because of monopoly. It's because government have failed to do the needful. I mean, we talk about subsidy. It is obvious that subsidy is not working in Nigeria. If our government are sensible enough, what they should have done is to have a study how they can, just like what I said, how they can put this money of subsidy into the local businesses and allow that petrol to stay the right price so that everybody will benefit from it. Because you saying you are giving subsidies, you are just enriching the rich people already. So in terms of waivers, I don't see, it's senseless, especially in this time. Especially in this time. What the government should have done, we all know the economic situation of the country. All this country, they are declaring their profits. So you go to that profit and say, hey, this is how much you're going to take out of this profit. The rest, you got to put it back. Who questions all these companies? Last time I came down to Nigeria, the networks are not okay. The amount they are charging people for communication are very high. These companies are not putting their gains into this into the public use at all. You go to other countries, as they're making profit, the government makes sure that they use those profits to improve the life of the people who are buying from them. Does that happen in Nigeria?
So, Mr. Chuks, what you're saying is instead of the waiver, they should have cut down on their profit and give it back to the nation.
Exactly. That is what every country, every sensible country is doing right now.
Okay.
Every sensible country is doing that right now. The electricity bill in this country, I am now, is very, very high. It's more than 70% increase. So what did the government do? What they did is to call all the organizations, have a meeting with them, tell them, look, because this we are saying, one directors or one manager's bonus is over $1 million. It's over $1 million. The government said, no, you can't do that. Others are suffering and you are putting the money into your own pockets. It doesn't work like that. This is what we should start doing. This is what we should start asking our governments to do. It's as simple as ABCD. Individuals cannot be getting rich and rich and rich, and everybody is suffering. Breeding criminals everywhere.
Okay.
It's hard to think how we allow these people to deal with us the way they like. It's not that we are not enlightened enough. We are.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chooks. What do you think about ASU? And I'm talking about the students right now occupying the airports to protest. They are insisting on protesting at the airport. What do you think about that?
For me, they kept it too late. It's already too late. Seriously. I think they're tired of staying at home. That's why they're coming out now. They're tired of staying at home. That's why they're coming out now. This should have been done long ago. I had Tunaija saying the security. I have never had Tunaija condemn these security agents, right? When they give them the money, what did they do with the money? Every time he come out here and say, hey, we spend money on security. Come on, Tunaija. How much have we spent on security? If you have information of the amount of money being spent on security, I don't think you can come here and question how much is put on our securities. They got enough money.
Actually, and it's not enough.
What do you mean by it's not enough?
We are getting exactly what we paid for.
Everything they've asked for is being given to them. So how dare you even say it's not enough? Because those who are asking for that money knows what they need to use that money for. And they end up using it to building houses and robbing it.
Compare how much money they used to secure Nigeria versus United Kingdom that is smaller. You tell me.
Nigeria is not United Kingdom to Niger.
Okay, tell me about UAE.
Nigeria
tell
is
me
not
about
United
Egypt.
Kingdom.
How about Egypt? How about Algeria?
Neither is Nigeria Egypt. They're not Egypt. They're not
They are
Egypt.
smaller countries than Nigeria. They are in Africa.
Mr. Tunaija, let's just stay.
Can I just chip in on those their matters? Let me come on that security issue.
Mr. Chief,
you are talking about.
Please, we're going to get to you. We're going to get to you. Please, just Mr. Chooks, please finish your time. Let's move straight to the next panelist.
Okay. When you give people money and they don't account for it, and somebody is saying give money, I don't know what he's talking about. If Tunaija has ever said, let these people account for this money, I would have supported him. And they account for this money, and we see that this money is not enough, we would have been saying something. Something he talk about ASU. Every time he goes about the teachers, the ASU. Tunaija, would you be happy that your child doesn't have enough education? Look at some doctors, nurses, they are coming to this country. They can't even pass common English exam. They can't. And you want the same thing to happen. Look at what you're saying. How can Nigeria, as giant as we are, as brilliant as we are, we come to United Kingdom, we have to do exam for what we have done, got the certificate. How many countries do they do it in this country? That is to tell you that our standard of education is zero. It's nothing to compare. So when the teachers, they are professionals, for Christ's sake. They know what they are talking. Who taught these people, the people who are leading you and I today? The same people.
For 7 months. For 7 months, seriously?
Tunaija is here. I support ASU. If they're gonna be there for 2 years to get it right, I support them.
Is there any company that you allow your staff to do that? Any company, any country in this world that will allow that?
The thing is, I don't think you even know what is in education. You keep saying here. Hang on, Tunaija. You keep saying here. Tunaija keeps saying here, that they're going to be paid. What are they going to be paid? Do you know that something called academic staff union? Those people are still working, even though they are on strike. They're still working. They do their research. So if you don't know something,
who are they doing the research for themselves?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chooks. Thank you, Mr. Chooks. Thank you, Mr. Tunaija. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your contribution right there. I understand your frustration. Like I always say, there's nobody who thinks about what is going on in the country that will not be frustrated. Thank you, Mr. Chooks and Mr. Tunaija, for that contribution right there. We're going to go straight to the next person. But before we do so, guys, please help us to like and share this broadcast, because the likes are actually not encouraging. The likes are actually very, very poor. Please, guys, help us to like and share. And what's happening? Nobody has super chatted us today. Please use the dollar sign to the right on the comment section to super chat us to support what we do here. Please, the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. God bless you all. I really do appreciate you guys. To the wonderful people on the comments, the panelists, and our wonderful viewers watching us from all over the globe. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all. We're going to go straight to Mr. Kingsley. Mr. Kingsley, good morning to you. Thank you for joining me today. What do
Yeah,
you
good
think
morning.
about the waiver? What do you think about the waiver? Do you think is justifiable, especially at this point in time that Nigeria is in a very sensitive spot? I mean, with the loan and ASU on strike and everything, do you think the waiver is coming in at the right time?
Well, I wouldn't say it is not justifiable. I wouldn't say it is justifiable. Good morning, first of all. Let me say good morning to other panelists and those who are viewing from wherever they are. The thing is this: when you look at waiver sometimes is an instrument. It's a government economic instrument to stimulate either production or to actually create an enabling environment to expand the frontiers of domestic investment. So government could give waivers, but the important thing is, where is this waiver coming from? What is the form of this waiver? In what form is this waiver? That is what is important. Is it in the form of a tax holiday? Or is it in form of maybe tariff waiver? Maybe sometimes this company could bring in some component, all of that. They will say, okay, you are not going to pay tariffs in order to lower prices of production or to reduce production costs. So one thing that we must understand, this waiver, in what package does it really come? Is it in the package of tax holiday? For example, you now say for sometimes, I'm coming. For sometimes you are going to say, okay, in the next 4, 5, 3 years, you are going to say, okay, these companies will pay their company income tax. So that could be an instrument to say, okay, because of cost of production, cost of living, this could affect companies, and this could result to maybe a kind of having people to be laid off or stuff like that. So government could just say, okay, let's give these companies waiver in order to keep the jobs, expand their productivity, encourage domestic investment. That is one. That is okay if that is the context in which this waiver is coming. That is fantastically very okay. Then we also talk about the cost of cement in Nigeria vis-a-vis other African countries where you have the same company. One thing that we must take cognizance of is this: what is the cost of doing business in Nigeria? A lot of people must be aware of the cost of doing business in Nigeria as compared to other African countries. For example, if you decide to go and set up a business in Nigeria today, the first thing that must come to your mind is, how do you generate your power? How do you generate your power? If you look at South Africa, if you look at Zambia, look at other African countries that we have used as a benchmark, they have steady power supply. You also look at government policies as well as creating the enabling environment to encourage investors or even businesses to thrive. So we don't have, today I can tell you the Nigerian economy is amorphous. It's not defined. It's not, you cannot say this is the blueprint of our economy. This is where the economy is headed. No, there is no single document that tells us what kind of economic model we are even operating. We don't have that. So that is a problem. So if you look at Nigeria let me just say, in the macro level, you look at Nigeria, I think Nigeria is just a package of confusion. If you ask me, it's just a package of confusion. Even this Dangote, all of them, they are all criminals. Because if you look at it, any business that is thriving in Nigeria today actually gets government's patronage. Do you understand? At the expense of of the Nigerians, at the expense of the populace, at the expense of the masses. That's what happens in Nigeria. We don't have a system where you can say, like the other panelist said, reduce their profit and everything. All these businesses you are seeing today, nobody can beat his or her chest to say, okay, this is how much these companies are making as profit. Because we don't have a system. That's it, we don't have a system. So Nigeria is just like a jungle, you know, the survival of the fittest. So there is nothing really defined that you can just hold to say, okay, this is how Nigeria, it is how you do business in Nigeria. Yes, when I was doing business in Nigeria, multiple tax. Government will come, state government will come, local government will come, federal government will come, taxing me. Nobody even bothered to even ask me, how is your business faring? How can we support your business? So the Nigerian business environment is very, very volatile. It's very, very, if you see any business in Nigeria today that is surviving, a critical examination of that business will tell you that they are just running on crimes and criminality. That's
so,
just all.
Mr. Kingsley, are you saying that the waiver is coming in at the right time or is coming in at the wrong time?
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't say the waiver is coming in at the right time or it's coming in at the wrong time, but we need to understand the context of the waiver.
Okay.
If we don't understand the context of the waiver, it will be wrong for us to either support it or condemn it.
Okay.
That is just my own take. Yeah.
All right. So, what do you say about the students who wants to occupy the airport to protest because of the strike?
Well, I think going to the airport to protest is just one way of just trying to kind of add their grievances. But the managers of Nigeria, especially in the education sector, don't believe in education. They don't even believe in the system they run. They don't patronize the system. Check them. Their children, where are they? They're either in the US, in Saudi Arabia, or in the UK, going to school. So, well, it's fine. They can go there to just make their grievances, but that wouldn't change anything. They wouldn't even hit them. But the problem of education is not just the ASU strike. Nigerian education sector or system is not structured. It's not fit for purpose anymore. It's not fit for purpose because, well, fine, I don't know where you are, my sister. Where you are today, the universities solve problems. Universities solve problems. That is why if you are an international student, perhaps in the UK, you pay higher fee than home student. Why is that? The answer is very simple. The money you are paying is the one they are using for their research to solve problems. That's what happens. So you check Nigerian education system, it's not fit for purpose. It doesn't solve problem. It doesn't even interact with what is happening in our environment. We have problem of constructing road that can last for 10 years. We have problem of constructing road that cannot last for 10 years. Right? Sorry. We have problem of electricity. We have problem of even urban planning. We have problem of ordinary potable water. Universities are not there to even provide solutions to it. So the university system in Nigeria is not fit for purpose.
Okay.
So that system needs serious overhauling. Serious overhauling. And the only way to achieve that is for the university to begin to enjoy some level of autonomy, without which we will continue to be in this vicious cycle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley, for that wonderful submission right there. God bless you. God bless you all. Please help us to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. And support us by clicking the $sign to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. Please, now beg with a beg. Thank you all so much, and God bless you all. Let's go straight to the next person we have here. Mr. Silvanus was here before, but he left, but it's back now. So after Mr. Silvanus, I'm going to come to you, Mr. Charles. Mr. Silvanus, please, you have the floor. Please go ahead and make your contribution. What is your take on the waiver?
I joined just now, Kachi. Can you go over what was going on? I mean, what we discussed, because I'm not well abreast with what the discussion is all about.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just quickly share the Punch newspaper headline with you for today. The Punch newspaper for today said the federal government grants 16 trillion naira waiver to Dangote, Honeywell, and others. And we also have when the students are saying that they're going to occupy the airport to protest because of the strike. So what I'm asking is the waiver. What do you think about the waiver? Do you think it's coming in at a good time, right? Because a lot of people are saying that it's not justified because Nigeria is in a sensitive spot right now, especially when we have loans to pay and students are still on strike. How can they be given such a waiver at this point in time? So my question to you is, do you think that this waiver is to attract investors, or you think it's not coming in at a good time, because of how sensitive Nigeria is at this point in time? Mr. Silvanos, please, did you get me?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you
Mr.
hear me?
Silvanos, I can hear you now. Did you get what I said, please?
Yeah, I did get what you said. But my question is the waiver they're asking, is it to give Danko the waiver on taxes that he pays to the country or what?
On taxes.
Okay. No, absolutely not. Danko, we shouldn't give him any waiver. Dangote is one of the problems we have in Nigeria. Though I'm not blaming him for that. The northern elites, the northern whatever they call themselves, that occupied the government since after the war, they purposely made Dangote a billionaire just for the North to dominate the entire country. They gave him monopoly in basically what products that everybody in Nigeria needs. And that's how he became so rich that nobody, he claims to be the richest man in West Africa, not by his ingenuity or by his effort. He's not as smarter than anybody else or work harder than anybody else. It's just corruption all the way. Even my baby girl that is only 16 years of age, if you give her the opportunity given Dangote, she will be the richest person in the world. So why should he be given any break? He should not be. As a matter of fact, they should tax him more. They should tax him more. It's one of the problems we have in Nigeria. I don't know how we Nigerians think. No. And then for the students that are planning on going, I support them. They should occupy the nation. How can these kids stay out of school for so long? What are they doing? We are breeding criminals. Because these kids, after staying home for a long time, they're going to go into criminality. And we're talking about we can't go home and sleep with our eyes closed because of either kidnapping or some bandits invading the middle of the night, killing everybody else, defenseless citizens. And these are the kind of things. You can't just grow a society with people in this modern society with kids not being well educated or kind of trained, giving them kind of skill to survive in this society that we live in. So I'm 100% in support of the kids, and I don't want Dangote to be given any kind of tax break. Not at all. If you are in a civilized nation, developed country like we are, if I tell you if I tell you the amount of tax I pay in this country, you will cry. One person. I'm saying here in US, I pay close to $35,000 to $40,000 in tax every freaking year. One person. Dangote is claiming everything that is in Nigeria. He's the richest. I've seen him parading himself all over the world. His advertising even in CNN here. I don't know why. Dangote. I see him on CNN here in the United States. Why is he advertising here? I don't know the extent his business company goes. But he should not be given any freaking break. I'm sorry to use that word. Thank you. I submit here.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Silvanos, for that wonderful contribution of yours. Guys, help us to like and share. If you're yet to subscribe, also subscribe to our platform and hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we're on air like this. So help us to like and share and support us by using the $ to the right on the comment section. Thank you all so much, and God bless you. And to our lovely viewers, thank you so much for always taking time out to do this with us. God bless you all. I can see George Blue Shell right there on the comment. I can see James Morgan is also right here with us. Thank you, Mr. George. Thank you, Mr. Morgan. Samuel Olaka is also right here with us. Johnson Emmanuel, I see you. Mommy Diaspora is also right here with us. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Tunanja is right here too. I can see Austria Nelson is also right here with us. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Uche Gini, thank you so much for coming here today. Mr. Stevanos is also right there on the comment section. Thank you guys so much for doing this with us. God bless you all. We do appreciate every single one of you, and we do not take your love and support for granted. God bless you all. We're going to go straight to Mr. Charles. Please, Mr. Charles, please, what's your thoughts on the waiver? Do you think it's coming out at the right time? And what do you think about the ASU occupying the airport? Do you think it's rather too late for them to do that, you know, with the fact that they've been at home since February 14th, 2022? Please let me hear your thoughts on this. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, I can hear you. Please go ahead and make your submission.
Okay. About the waiver that are given to Dangote, I think I'm right. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Charles. Yes, Mr. Charles. I'm talking about the waiver. What do you think about that? I just placed it on the screen now so you can read too. What do you think about the waiver?
Nigeria, like my brother, the last person that just spoke, like Dangote and the northern
Honeywell and others. So not exactly just Dangote, Honeywell and others.
Okay, there are many of them. You see, in Nigeria, other countries are opening doors for even small business to come up. But in Nigeria, they have created an environment that is only the rich will continue to be rich. Because if these guys are serious, these are the people that they're supposed to get tax from. Because these guys that are today, you are hearing their name in Nigeria, they are in one way or other connected to the government, politicians, getting government contracts and all manner of them, and makes them, even the same government politicians, they stole our money, they even through them, they save the money and they're using it for free. And today, you are giving the waiver of tax. Why? Instead of the government to create a enabling environment for small business to come up. Like my daughter brother said, if you want to run a business today, the first thing that will come up in your mind is electricity. How will I generate power? It's a problem. Because as it is today in Nigeria, it is hard for you to establish any business factory, any business that will run with electricity. It is very hard. An ordinary man can never. It is still the same people who have been stealing. And today they are giving the waiver. Honestly, it's something that if you hear it, you will be crying for Nigeria, because it doesn't make sense as far as I'm concerned. Nigeria, this is not what they are. The APC government, this is not what they have voted for. They take over government to make sure that they create a level environment for everyone and give free hand to others. Give license to people who wants to venture in any business, but they have refused and give it to certain group, certain people. Honestly, I don't agree with that. But if they want, it's up to them. But for us for students who want to go on strike, well, if they want to go, they can go. Honestly, even if they do it now, it is not. They have not done it very early, but this is what they should have been doing from the beginning. So the government will know that we can't continue in this. Like other guys said, the people who are managing Nigeria, they don't believe in Nigeria system. Because if president of Nigeria, governors and ministers and those elites, their children are studying in Nigeria, they won't allow this to happen. But because when they look at it, their children are not studying in Nigeria, So what's their business? If you like, you go to school. If you like, they have made it even. It has become impossible to believe in Nigerian system. Honestly, honestly, this is where we stop. I'm at work. I'm not person can take over.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Charles, for always coming out here. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mr. Sylvanus, Mr. Charles, Mr. Kingsley, Mr. Two Niger, Mr. Chooks, and Mr. Chibuzo was also right here with us, but I think he has left us. But thanks, guys, for always doing this with us. God bless you all. We really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I can see Tony Osawe right there on the comment. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Tony. I appreciate you. Mr. Aruna Goro, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you for always doing this with us. God bless you all. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. You know how we do it. We're going to go around again for the closing remark. So I just want to hear what you guys think, your thoughts. Just give us your closing remark. We're going to go around again. But before that, we're going to go on a short break. So guys, if you're yet to help us to like and share. Thank you all so much. And please do not forget to use the $ to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. Thank you all so much and God bless you. Mr. Tunanja, please, you have the floor for the next 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Sometimes I worry whether our people, they have some kind of obebunu or babalawo insight when they say stuff and I just accuse people of stuff. Because I've just had a lot of people accuse Dangote refiner this instrument of all kinds of different things, and without taking into account actually researching this stuff. Because Nigerians, for some reason, we just insult people and just say stuff, and this is why I say we are not prepared, because it's quite lazy. They don't check the information, what is going on. And from what I gather, because while I was sitting here, I was researching it, it turns out that they said that it is the retailers in Nigeria that are hiking the prices, and Dangote's this thing controls 60% of the market. There are others that make cement, and their prices are similar or higher. So why is that happening? Why are the so-called competition not reducing the prices if Dangote was increasing it? And then Dangote Refinery went on to give the reporters the invoices of what they charge the people that buy the cement from them. So these are details beyond what you would normally expect from any company trying to defend themselves. And Nigerians should be doing their due diligence before they just start throwing stones, because you don't know who is innocent, you don't know who is not. They even went as far as opening a plant that was closed to service the Nigerian market because of the COVID-19 demand that has increased. So they had to try to keep this. In other words, they made some sacrifices to sell to Nigerians at cheaper prices, even if some of the things that they buy to manufacture those things are bought from overseas that are tied to the dollars that they devalued from. So we don't take into account all the complications and complicated aspects that go into this thing. This is why I keep saying, when you want to criticize somebody, be armed with information. Because if you go in there, then you just come out and nothing happens, and all your followers will be like, what happened? I thought he's criticizing people. How is it that you are like them now? Because that person didn't know what was happening. Because we talk like we have Babalawo insight into everything when we don't know anything. This is why I keep saying we have to be doing. Spend how many minutes does it take? Check. That's what I just did. All of them can read. Go and check. Don't be lazy. Check the information before you start opening your mouth. Because this is how we get that we are in. Because then we can know precisely what to ask for and what to demand from the right people, instead of just accusing innocent people of stuff.
Okay.
So that is down that one. And I'm sorry, I've just gone over time. I will pay for this some other time. So see this the ASU one. So somebody was saying I was having a go at the lecturers. Single charge was for the students. If they are failing in that charge, they have failed. I don't care what your intention is. The greater good is being damaged. And the only morality in anything you do in public life is for the greater good. You can't tell me keeping students at home for 7 months is for the greater good. Damaging the country and damaging those students, and you still want your money. No, we shouldn't tolerate that kind of incompetence and such leadership in this country. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. Let's move straight to Mr. Chooks. Mr. Chooks, please, you have the floor for the next 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you once again. I just want to say this. Our education minister worked out on students, right? That is the right way to behave. I think when Tunaija speaks, I think he's overstayed in abroad, and there's a big gap between him and what is happening in Nigeria. I just have to say this as it is. Because if there is no gap between him and what is happening in Nigeria, is he telling me that any education minister in this country he's staying will walk away on students and the next day he's still the education minister? Don't he hear the response of the educational minister when they ask him, is it right for the student to sue? He said, let them go and sue ASU. He said the government is losing as well. And this is the kind of people Tunaija is telling us to believe in. This is the kind of people the Tunaija is telling us that we will leave our education on their hands. Can Tunaija tell me that he can send his son or daughter to study in Nigeria and come over here and not be able to pass common English exam? English test, not even exam. I mean, when we speak
in the UK, you are not allowed to go on strike for 1 week even.
Mr.
Tunaija,
Mr. Chooks,
Tunaija, listen,
please
I work for
time.
Royal Mail. We are on strike now, right? We take it one at a time, okay? It's step by step. When they refuse to cooperate, you can go indefinite. So you do not have what is it called, information about ASU. That's what one thing I see about you. You know nothing about ASU. That is clear to everybody. Because if you know something about ASU, you will know that those people who are demanding to be paid are not academic staff. Okay, those who are academic staff are the ones demanding for the payment because they are still working, even though they are on strike. They are still researching. That's one thing I want to tell you. Research yourself before you talk about this, because these people, they deserve that money. Let them pay them the money. Let them get the student back to school. Because if this government knows that education is important, they should tackle this with all their might. With all their might. I'm not missing any word about this. Let them tackle education. Because we cannot continue with this half-baked education, and you want Nigeria to thrive. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chooks, for that wonderful submission right there. We're going to go straight to Mr. Kingsley. Mr. Kingsley, please, you have 2 minutes to make your closing remark. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, my sister. I think I want to react to Mr. Tunaija. Mr. Tunaija, where you want to just make a conclusion concerning what is going on with the academic issues in Nigeria, don't be too absolute, because you need to understand the crux of the matter before you can just say you want to blame the lecturers or you want to blame whoever is to be blamed. The problem with ASU has been on even before now. The problem is that this present government entered into agreement with them and they failed to honor that agreement. I can tell you, the money spent on social intervention that cannot be accounted for, we don't even know who benefited from that money, is enough to solve ASU issue. About 321 million euro was expended for social intervention between 2018 and 2019. That money is enough for us to settle our education system. What has bedeviled that system today? That money is enough. You see, nobody is happy that his or her words are at home, not able to go to school. Nobody is happy. But one thing is this: we must find a way to solve the problem that is facing Nigeria. I read the book by Niccolo Machiavelli, the Prince, the Discourse, the Prince. He said there are two ways to solving a problem. He said that by law or by force. He said where law slows the process, you use force because the problem must be solved because the end justifies the means. And nobody is really happy. Nobody is really, but that is on one hand. Then on Dangote hand and speculation that is enjoying monopoly, I think that is unfounded. Even Dangote is not even one-man company. It's a group of companies and it's listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So it is erroneous. It is wrong for anybody to say Dangote owns that company. Dangote does not own that company. It's a public liability company. So whatever the government is doing to stimulate any business is welcome if it is properly done. And that is what is done elsewhere in the world. If you want to really stimulate your economy, you want to raise the level of your gross domestic product, people do that. Some people, they call it stimulus package. That is what some people call, even in this country, they call it stimulus package, and in the US, they call it stimulus package. It's welcome. But the bottom line is, can we have a system that is working, a system that is accountable, a system that is responsible, a system that is transparent, a system that encourages meritocracy, not a system that promotes mediocrity? I think that is the bane of our collective concern, of our collective development, of our collective progress in Nigeria. And that is what we should be looking at. And then two, we must also lend our voices to ensure that this incoming government in 2023, I don't know whoever is, but my confidence is in Peter Obi, that diaspora voting must be a priority, because we can change governments in the UK here, and other Nigerians who live in diaspora can change government. They can determine who lead them. We want to replicate what we see here back home. We want to live in a society that is sane. We don't want to be living like madmen, like loose cannons. We are tired. I'm tired. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley. I think that's a vital one, for Nigerians in the diaspora to be able to vote. I think that's a very, very vital one. Thank you once again, and thanks to everyone who has contributed so far. God bless you guys. Let's move straight to Mr. Silvanus. Mr. Silvanus, please, you have the floor for the next 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, Kachi, I'm sorry. I'm driving. Pardon me. But anyway, oh my God. Well, I'm glad I listened to Tunaja again. Mr. Tunaja, with due respect, every time I listen to your comment, your judgment about this country called Nigeria, you are always defending this devilish government. And I'm beginning to think that you are part of it. You are part of this government. If you are living in the UK for real, as you claim, why are you in the UK? Why don't you go back to Nigeria and live? And live and see how people suffer in that country, and then be able to reason properly. I see why this your defense all the time is right. Nigeria today, as of yesterday, Naira is 705 Naira to the dollar. When I left Nigeria, as a matter of fact, Naira was higher than dollar. When I left Nigeria a long time. I've lived here since 1983. Okay? So, and when I come, everything is going down. Mr. Tunaja, why are you defending indefensible? Why are you defending devilish act? Tell me why. Because I'm so angry with you. Even when we go to the other panel in the afternoon, in the evening, you are always defending this government. And when everybody attacked Emeka, they so claimed Emeka, you were the person that to come to defend this guy. Why, Mr. Tunaja? I'm so angry. And then you come here and claim that, oh, I'm for P2B, you're not for P2B. You are working for the devilish Nigerian government. So let everybody know that. Let everybody know. And every time you say, you guys don't understand, like you're the smartest person in the world. You are not. I'm not saying you're dumb, but you're not the smartest person in the whole world. Everybody in the panel is here is always in one place. You are the only one in the other side of the aisle. So you the smart. Who is the smartest? You? Please, I give up. This is what I want to address. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Silvanus, for that contribution. But let's all know that Mr. Tunaja is airing his views, what he thinks about the situation, and how best he can analyze it. That is what he just did. But thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. Silvanus. Here we disagree and we agree. Thank you, Mr. Silvanus, Mr. Kingsley.
Notice he didn't address any of my points. He didn't. They just, because they are acting, they are not information. That is what I've just called for. I'm not, see, if they know how much the federal government is damaging me, everything I've said is not about the federal government. I even call them caretaker government, betraying the people, selling their people out. So I'm not on the side of the federal government. I'm on the side of our people, because I'm suffering like them. If they know how much I'm suffering from some of the things, they wouldn't be even coming close to accuse me of working for the federal government.
Yeah, nobody. Sorry, sister. I just want to react to Mr. Tunaja. Nobody is accusing you. I didn't accuse you, but I always ask you, because most times what you see on the pages of newspaper is not what goes on. That is just the fact. Nigeria is treated in secrecy. We are running a government that you and I cannot even understand. It's so amorphous. You can't define it. So, ASU, those people who are affected by ASU, those people who are agitating for one thing or the other, they know the cross of the matter. You and I, we don't know. What they tell us is the agreement they entered. We have never had it so bad to this extent where 7 good months students will be at home. What I'm just saying is that let us understand what is really the cross of the matter. Nobody, you are not there, I'm not there. Do you understand? Even this government does not believe in education. There are evidences to address my claims. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley. Thank you. Actually, students have been at home for 8 months and counting. It's 8 months already and counting. So it's really terrible. It's so terrible. It's heartbreaking, right? It's terrible because, I mean, nobody is even addressing it. So it's so painful. Anyways, I want to thank every one of you for being here today. Mr. Silvanus, Mr. Kingsley, Mr. Chooks, Mr. Tunanja, and Mr. Chibuzo, of course. Thank you so much for doing this with us today. God bless you. God bless every single one of you. We do appreciate you guys. Please do not hesitate to join us 5 p.m. Nigerian time today for our discussion. And 10 a.m. Nigerian time, just like this one, Mondays through Saturdays, 10 a.m. Nigerian time for our newspaper headline reviews. Please help us to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. God bless you all. I want to say thank you to all the wonderful people in the comment section. Thank you guys, because you guys always make this lively. Thank you. And to our lovely viewers watching us from all over the globe, you guys have been so amazing. Thank you so much for always doing this with us. And to our panelists, you guys, I learn so much from you people every single day. Like, you guys make me learn so much. You know, you guys challenge my brain. Actually, you make me see things from different angles every single time. So thank you guys for always doing this with us. God bless you all. Help us to like and share this broadcast. Tell a friend to tell another friend about Naija Watch. God bless you. See you 5 p.m. Nigerian time today for our discussion. Thank you so much, and bye-bye. My name is Kachi. Thank you.